Hello, hello, hello. How is everybody doing today? I can't believe the type of day that I've had today, but I'll tell you what, I don't think that I've had a day where I've been this grateful and where I've been in reality about just how fragile we are, right? Just how small and vulnerable and rare and special that we are. Um, I am like 100% in awe of like what God can do for for us or to us or whatever, right? And so yeah, I'm glad, Jake. And so everybody can hear. That's good. Hey Mark, how you doing, buddy? I today was the first day, right, that I couldn't get to very many of my messages. I think I watched a video or something from Chris and answered Michael one time, but in but like I didn't come close if like you know um finishing any of my messages. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I I love it. I love it, Mark, because that's how I feel, man. Like that's how I know that we're related. Because we all feel that way, right? That we're getting far better than we deserve. You know. And Oso is texting me right now while I'm live. I don't know if everybody knows that I'm live. Does everybody know? Was something different about today's broadcast that maybe because the broadcast wasn't out there super early, it probably didn't go out until just now. But yeah, so this morning, right? I know that more people wanted to hear about like what happened this morning because the people keep asking me, and it's like it's so hard to like um tell the story over and over and over again. Yes, yes, she's texting me right now, and I gotta let her know. Hold on, I'm just gonna let her know that I'm live right now. All right, sorry guys, it's not very professional, I guess, of me. But yeah, I mean, like, so I didn't think that something like, I mean, when okay, so when you, hey, how you doing, Sheila? Yeah, I'm okay. It this is probably the worst I've been hurt in a long time, and it didn't take that much to really do it. Oh, and everybody's prayers have like been really like because every time I've asked somebody to pray for me, I've started feeling better, and it's just weird how like like small things. I mean, it doesn't take very much. And now that like I'm thinking about like just how small of a thing, I'm gonna get into the whole story, but I want to wait till more people are here. And I thought people heard pretty much earlier at the first show, but it doesn't take much to put us out. Because think about this, right? Like because right now like my lung and my ribs hurt, and so does my even part of my kidney, the top part of it. And so, like, imagine I go into the hospital now or something, and I got a certain thing that's in pain. Next thing you know, protocol, right? You end up with a positive, and then they put you on a machine. All because you had a fall or you played football or something crazy, right? So like okay, so there's some people here. I'll just go over what happened this morning, right? So this morning I was on with Stephanie and Jake at 6 o'clock. And uh like sometime like about, I would say, 10 minutes before 6 o'clock, I I guess I was asleep. Either I fell asleep standing up in the bathroom, right? Or I walked in there asleep. I'm not sure. And I um I fell down, but like not in a natural way, like almost like I was like giving the toilet an elbow, like an elbow drop, like on wrestling, except my ribs hit the toilet, and but I didn't wake up when I hit the toilet. I woke up when I started to fall. I'm sorry, Mark. Hey, I'm sorry, Mark, but listen to what happened. So so I fell, and it was 10 minutes before the show, right? It was 10 minutes before the show, and I was in agony, screaming, oh my God, I can't breathe, right? And I didn't know what time it was. I hadn't looked at the, yeah, no, but this isn't the first time this has happened to me. I've like fallen asleep like in the kitchen, or like either that or I'm walking in my sleep or something, you know? But it felt like an attack. Because just it almost felt like I got dropped from the roof, and and so and so what's crazy, just how much that hurt, man. Just how much impact that I felt on that little thing, right? And so I crawled out here, and it was like 10 minutes till showtime when I looked, and I'm like, oh my God, there's no way I'm gonna make it, because I hadn't talked to Jake or Stephanie that morning, not even one time. Didn't ask them if they still wanted to come on the show. Didn't make the link. Didn't make the thing. And so I didn't do any of the stuff, and so I had to do it all. Like, I don't even know. I don't even remember doing it now, you know. And so I sent off the but then I did the show, and it was fine. The show was great, man, and it didn't really hurt that bad. I sat down on my after the show. I usually take a little nap unless I'm talking to somebody right away. But it didn't really start to sink in till later, like just how bad it was. And who wants to go tell people I felt like I don't want to go up to the pearly gates and be like, talking to some like awesome martyr, right? And be like, oh yeah, man, I fell in the toilet, man, when I was doing my YouTube. You know what I mean? Like, why couldn't even be in the kitchen, or something better than that? As soon as you bring in bathroom, it's already it like cheapens the injury, right? When the reality is I'm probably getting attacked somehow. But I don't even look at it like that. Maybe, I think of it, I guess I'm saying it because I do think of it, but um but I know that nothing can get to me. I know that God is always protecting me. And even on situations where I've put out very little effort to protect myself, God is taking care of it. It says, have you a broken rib or just really hurt it? I can't tell yet for sure, right? I can't, like, normally I would be able to feel by now, but I can't exclude it, but I'm gonna have to wait a little bit till maybe the swelling goes down. I would say if it's broken, it's not that bad. Although breaking ribs hurts just every time you breathe. But your prayers are helping me, and Yeah, dangerous, dangerous. Yeah, I mean, but how was I? That's it was so weird, right? Like I had my all my clothes were on, obviously, right? And or you didn't know that, I don't know, but I had all my clothes on, and I wasn't like, yeah, I didn't fall in any kind of natural way. It's almost like I was at the sink, and then when I fell, I spun to my left hand side. It's very, very awkward way to fall. And so, yeah, there's a pretty big knot on the, like, I would say the where the top part of my kidney would be, and then maybe ribs up past that, and maybe a little bit in the lung. I'm not sure, but I texted Michelle, and like Michelle's pretty good with the medical stuff, and I can always text Cindy later. She's good at researching that. Last thing I want to do is go to you know, I don't want to see an expert right now. Yeah, so like Camo, man, I'm so glad you came back. What? Okay, let me say hi to everybody, man. I'm happy. I'm that happy for everybody, just to be honest. What's up, Jake? How are you doing, buddy? Mark, my man. Sheila also is here. Oh, preppy mama. And did I miss anybody? Here's Camo. Uh, everybody came out today. Michael's here. Yeah. So, oh yeah, Michael. I'm so sorry I didn't get back to you. I know you had some serious questions for me. I was just like recovering today. I needed to recover today. It almost felt like a day off. I didn't have one call today. Not that I don't. I love having calls. I almost wish I did have calls, just because that's when I feel good. Um, all day. And that is crazy for me. Like, that's crazy. I did, and I slept, like, not all in one chunk, but I slept, hour here, hour there. Oh, that's great. Shannon and Andy. That should be a cartoon. Shannon and Andy would be a good show. Like, if they were animated, like, they look like themselves, but they were cartoon characters. That would be hilarious. And then, like, their voices. I wonder if anybody is, like, good at animation enough to do that. And then, like, because I'll tell you what, if someone did a creative thing like that, and and made it edifying, right? Where, like, okay, these little characters bumble around, but they learn a lesson or something like that in it. I would have no problem promoting that. Yeah, we could play with the names, but I like how you think. Also, Shannon Andy. I don't know. Sounds good though. Kind of reminds me of Raggedy Ann, right? Raggedy Ann and Andy. There was a Raggedy Ann and Andy cartoon, but I cannot for the life of me remember what those characters were like or sounded like or anything. I just remember the dolls, because the dolls look like those court dolls that you point to and say, this is where he got me, Your Honor." It's sad how it's like they're insidious with how they brainwash us with all these toys and stuff, and they gaslight us with these toys. Every action figure is like, it's either a man with like a physique that could never happen, right? It's like this super buffed guy that could fly, to make you feel like inadequate. I mean, Batman I don't understand Batman. Like, what's special about Batman? He wasn't really like, what was he, some kind of vigilante? I mean, come on, man. I mean, it's cool to have a nuclear car, I guess, if you believe in that stuff. But I mean, come on, man. Do you really want Batman coming to help you? Or would you rather have Superman? It's all evil, the way I look at it. Oh, your phone number's in in this chat? Yeah, but you got to be careful about that, buddy. If you want, you could email it to me and I'll email, or you can just go on Skype and give it to somebody. Yeah, and I have no problem doing that for you, Mark. If someone wants your number, absolutely, his armor. Why are you going back to the normal world, man? So, what was your question earlier? Hey, I'm gonna have you on, Michael. I want to know what your question was. Will you come on just to ask your question so we can talk some Bible stuff? I wouldn't mind doing that because I did wish that I got to you earlier. Oh no, I have your number, Mark. Mark, I have your number. It was in the email, I thought. Oh yeah, like if somebody, yeah, of course. But I would feel much safer putting it out in Skype than I would putting it out here. You know, there's a certain amount of sickles per square inch. You know. Yeah, Michael, I think I would love to answer your question, and I think that would be good for everybody. Really, I just wasn't able to get to it. So if you're able to come up, I can drop a link for you. But if not, then that's cool too. You can just hang out in the chat. Because he had a question for me. Why? Why? Are you like in a mood or something like that? What's going on, Michael? Listen, it's hard to find out, right? What this world is, right? And really, we want to like live our best life, right? Do the best we can. It's hard to find out that this life is what it is. But with where you are right now, no, what's wrong with being straight up, Michael? Well, if you're willing to be truthful about something, right, and not like emotional about something, then yeah, that's fine. Just try to be respectful, as if like if what you're talking about, if the people involved are you know, or people that you love. Because this is how I have to look at things now, right? Even if like my enemy came in here, right, I would have to treat that person like I love them, you know. And then I don't want them to leave. I want them to get better, right? Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Oh yeah. Mark wants my number so we can get together and slap Will Smith. Yeah. You know. Did anybody believe that Will Smith thing? I promised myself I wouldn't talk about it. It's obviously fake, man. Anybody who would think that that's real, I don't know, man. I don't want to insult anybody that thought that was real. Do you think that anybody that makes that kind of money in Hollywood would risk their career on their emotions, you know? When these people are actors, you know? Yeah, man, come on, man. Hello, Gabby, how are you doing? Yeah, that was the point, Gabby. Absolutely. I agree with that. Welcome, Gabby. I can't remember where. How did you find us, Gabby? I'm always interested in that. Well, the whole story was, I don't know. I guess he insulted the guy's wife, and then so he got up and he slapped the guy in the face or something like that. Chris Rock, but I doubt that. Yeah, exactly. Also, I agree, man. This is see my spirit and your guys' spirits are like aligned, right? Because I agree with like your instant reaction to it is mine. It's like, you know, and yeah, because it's just what they want us to do, you know. But like here it is, right? Yeah, fake to get attention. That's right, and no one does care anymore. You know, no one cares. Now that we know how you know how all these filters work on the cameras, right? And how we can make ourselves look like celebrities, right? You know, make ourselves all beautiful, right? It's less special, you know, what what they're able to do now, right? And it's yeah, because they're just regular people like us. In fact, I would say there are regular people that well, maybe they're not even that, but they're like obsessed, you know, with you know themselves. You know, anybody who would want that kind of attention is just crazy. And why in America, right? And I know these questions are about 1,000 years too late, right? But why in America is an athlete, you know, making 40-50 million dollars a year to hit a baseball or throw a football, and we got hungry people, man. To me, that's sick, you know. You got billion-dollar stadiums with homeless people living outside of them. Think about this. If we were all put in here, right, in this little snow globe together at the same time right now as adult people, do you think there'd be anybody living outside of a stadium? You know what I mean? Like anybody outside of a home? But yet we can assimilate that way, and that's fine with everybody. If you have like a certain amount of money in your bank account, right? That's some kind of trophy, right? Oh yeah, I made a ton of money. You know, well that's it's not our money, right? That's why it doesn't bother me. Like I know I get scammed probably. You know, I probably give a little too much, and it's not always money, but like just whatever, you know. And I know people are like probably taking advantage of me at some point, right? But I don't look at it like that anymore. All 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 that belongs to God, right? All the money, all the time, everything that I have belongs to God. And so if these people are taking advantage of that, I trust God to take care of me now. Whereas before, I would want more control of what I'm giving out or, you know, to who. It really shouldn't matter, right? Like whoever's there is who should get what I have, you know. If it can help somebody, if if um if what you got to say isn't going to help anybody, right? I don't even know why anybody would say it. Hey, Anti Venom, what's up, Karen? Yeah, there wouldn't be stadiums. You're right, Mark. I mean, sometimes these people are just insane with that. Like, have you seen that stadium in Atlanta? I think it's Atlanta. It's called the Oculus. It's a big eye, man. I mean, it's insane, man. They don't even hide this anymore. They don't even hide it anymore. They can build some monument to Satan and it doesn't matter anymore. I mean, how many people here know the dimensions, right? The measurement dimensions of the Washington Monument. Does anybody here know them? height, width by height, what the dimensions are, feet by feet. It's crazy, huh? It's 555 feet wide. Yeah, yeah, in inches. Yeah, that's how they hide it. More Jones, you're right. So it's all fives, right? But if you times it by 12, then it's all sixes, right? Because you don't times it by 10 because there's 12 inches in it. So in inches, it would be all sixes. No, it would be so it's like 555 feet, but if you convert that to inches, right, it's all sixes. Like it like times 555 by 12, and you'll see what I mean. I don't have a calculator. When they hide it in inches, I think it's like, I don't know. You see how it, yeah, yeah, yeah. So, but it is sixes. But also in the 555 feet tall, there's 111 feet buried. Yeah, when you do it in meters, it loses kind of. I'm sure in UK they have it, in millimeters or centimeters or whatever. They equal something crazy. Yeah. So see how here we go again has it. That's how they hide it, but they don't really hide it. And if anybody even checked on it, right? And what's the definition, right? Of okay, there it is right there. The shaft of Baal, right? That is the shaft of Baal is the only definition for what that is. It's an obelisk, right? Which is yeah, like a phallic symbol, gross, right? So it's a big middle finger to God is what it is. And for people not to see that, right? Or like the Statue of Liberty, right? The Statue of Liberty. If you look at all these like pagan gods like Helios, or I forget what the other name of one of them was, but they all look like that with the torch and all that. It's basically the Antichrist. That's a statue of the Antichrist and a big middle finger pointing up in Washington. I mean, it's horrific, man. It's absolutely horrific, and nobody notices or nobody cares. Yep, exactly, Faith. But so not only was the first Apple computer, right? But the apple was what is a rainbow apple with a bite taken out of it. And the rainbow symbolizes that God will never flood the earth again. So it's kind of like waving it in God's face. You're not going to do nothing about it. And then what is the computer, right? It's all the knowledge, right? It's the tree of knowledge, right? Knowledge of good and evil. Yeah, and the building that Kushner bought. That's right. Yeah, and unapologetically, just matter of factly bought it, and no explanation, no nothing. And even if you get an explanation, right? You get, oh well, I just like numbers that repeat, or oh, you guys are being silly. There's no such thing as a beast. Even though like athletes are referred to, oh yeah, that guy's a beast, man, or oh, he's the GOAT, he's the greatest of all time, right? You never hear a sports announcer going, wow, he really shot that ball like a man of God. like 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 they never say like, oh yeah, that awesome athlete must love Jesus because he made it to the end zone. Yeah, the Pfizer phone number. The Pope, donates. Yep. It is just unbelievable what they do, man. And see, then we catch it, right? We have you know, eyes to see these symbols, right? We got to be careful not to not to use these symbols, you know. I mean, I know, I mean, everything belongs to God, but this is a way we can tell them from us, you know. We're already at a disadvantage. Yeah, I want to read this here. It says, yes, keep the Apple icon from the garden on the phone. Yeah, just to keep you looking at it, right? Also found it interesting that the first version of the Android operating system, yes. Wow, Bubba. I would never have put those two together. But wow, man. It's unreal, man. And they don't care, man. They don't care if they're hurting people. They don't. And then all the people that think that you know, that they're part of it, and, you know, they're gonna cover their eye and do the little okay sign and all. They think they're part of the beast, right? They're gonna get fat on you know, being part of the system. But even the devil treats those people like jokes, you know, because you're not getting anything out of it except laughed at by both sides. That's the crazy part, man. And then when you try to help somebody, you try to help somebody. Yeah, hey Mark, what's up, my brother? My man. Yeah, man, it's crazy, right? It's like, oh yeah, the Monster Energy drink, especially what is it? Unleash the Beast, right? Unreal, man. Two Apple logos, they turn them. Yeah, but they also use that. Oh, really? If you turn them on their side, hmm, that's interesting. That's interesting, Faith. Someone should like do a video where they put them all together. You know, it's great to see you, Mark. Hey, Sasquatch Mind Control. Is this regular Sasquatch? Because, and when I say that, I mean like, because Show Me Sasquatch texted me the other day and said that he was quitting YouTube forever. And I don't know how true that is, because I don't really catch up over there. Oh, so this is Sasquatch then. Right. Show Me Sasquatch? Oh, okay. Yeah. But I do know, I have had correspondence with you, though, a few times. Yeah. I'm glad you're here, buddy. Oh, I know he said he would quit before like a million times, right? But I always worry though, you know. I don't even though I know he does that all the time, I still think, you know, I hope he's okay, you know. Yeah, I appreciate your comments, man. I don't know why I worry. Like there are people that do that all the time and I still go chasing after them, you know. Not him, but like it could be anybody is like that, you know. Some people just need a break. I agree, Mark. You know, and like I used to have to take long breaks from it because it being in reality so long makes you like to where you can't even exist with anybody else out there. You can't even assimilate. You know, and so you just need to get back into like the narrative for a minute to get your head straight. But now I'm at the point now where I've done this so many days in a row, right? Where I've kept my brain in reality, tried not to watch too much TV or listen to music, or I mean really been disciplined, right? Where you can trust my head is in reality. And I don't know how many people are doing that, right? To like be able to like, you know what I mean? To be able to go to them and be like, okay, well, this is what I'm thinking. Is it the narrative making me trip or is it reality? Because I'll see things that people are upset about that are not big things to be upset about, but the emotions are real. Like people are really upset. And so I don't know if they're using some kind of like hypnotism with anchoring effects, and they could get people to do like think things by hearing certain buzzers or beeps. I don't know, man. Cold Springs. That's a good candy bar. I mean, look, I know it sucks that they're feeding us poison, man. But when you grow up on, you grow up on this candy, right? It tastes good. I had no idea, man. 72. Oh my God. Isn't it just horrible? Oh, I gotta drive. You better drive. What the heck? Put your phone down. Put your phone down. It says, you have a gift, Stephen. Lately, I feel like some people don't have the Holy Spirit, and there isn't anything I can do. Only God can give them. Maybe some people aren't like us and won't be. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people won't make it. That's hard to reconcile, but you have to realize God is fair. A lot of people won't make it. I think the key of, I don't know, I don't want to put my own little thoughts on it, but if you're confident in what God has done for us, right? That you know that He saved us and believe that, then you should feel open enough to get the Spirit, right? Because your salvation's done. That you don't have to worry about that no more. And I think that's probably one of the keys, right? But also, I don't know how God works either, right? I don't. I only know like how my life has gone. You know, I get so exhausted from people in my life lately that absolutely do not want anything to do with the Word and are obsessed with the world. People that previously led me to the Lord in a way. Yeah, sure. They're halfway in and halfway out, thinking that it's all combined, right? That God is somehow part of their life. But in reality, God is life. God is everything. We're here for Him. There is no, oh yeah, I like church and everything, but I got to go to work. I mean, that's ridiculous to me. I mean, I get you got to go to work. Maybe that's a bad example, but like, oh yeah, I like that you prayed for me, but I need real results. Like, what are you talking about, man? Like God has power over everything. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and you'll run into that. So Mark says, does the Bible give people who took the mark a way to give it up? That's a good question, Mark. I think by then, right, because it says those who worship the beast will receive a mark, right? Um, I think once you get to that point and you worship the beast and receive a mark, then no, probably not. I would say no. But you got to understand that getting to that point where you receive the mark, right? That it says those who worship the beast, right? It's not going to be some kind of thing where you're going to accidentally get the mark. Your heart will be for the beast if you get it. And there's going to be no excuses at the end of it, right? And I believe that. I believe it's fair. I don't think anyone lives a good life and or even just lives a normal life but like keeps God first, right? And accepts the salvation of Jesus Christ and then somehow they get tricked into like, at the last minute taking the mark and it's unfair somehow. I don't see that happening. Yeah, like even if it's not an outward choice, it's very clear that you worship the beast if you're going to take the mark. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, hey, you're right about that, Camel. They could come right now. In fact, my side hurts so bad that like I would almost I would almost prefer it every day, right? Like just come and do it, Come get me, guys. And well, I'll say one thing right now, Cold Springs, with what you know now, right? Um, from this point forward, would you ever get it? You know, I don't know, man. I don't know how that works exactly. What do I think it is? Now, normally I wouldn't answer that question to anybody else, but because I don't like speculating, but I think this is what it's going to be, right? But I don't know anything, and so I think that people are going to need identification for the V, right? And I think people are going to counterfeit those cards so that they don't have to get the V. And then their answer to that will be, well, in order to stop the counterfeits, if we put the mark on your body, then no one can counterfeit that. And then if they're going to do that, they might as well, give you a chip where you can handle your records and your money. All that's biosecurity, right? They want to make you feel like people could hack you at any time, so it's safer for you to have it inside your body. The problem with that is this, right? As long as money is outside of your body, then you can get money and use it, right? If the money is inside your body, then they could turn you off anytime they want. They could just flip the switch and you're out, you know? There's no, you can't get it any other way. They can't receive it any other way. Like, it's in your body. You want to keep them out of your skin, man. Like that I mean, this is sad that we're talking. I can't believe I'm saying this. It's important to be autonomous as a human being, right? For them to breach our skin, right, is for them to breach our house should have been ridiculous. But they've already done that. Yeah, they went inside of our body. And that's the only way that, see, because the devil could predict, right, your moves because he's seen more life than us, right? He can predict certain things about our behavior, right? Now, he can't read our minds. He can't read our souls. He can't read our hearts. But he wants to be in there. He wants to be God. So he's going to try to become omnipresent and in your mind all the time and knowing what you think and knowing, all these things, right? So it's the law of reversal is a good way. So whatever the opposite of God is what they're trying to do. And also they're trying to take the place of God. And so it's just it's insane, right? It's insane. So Camo says quantum dot needle array. Yeah, they're already doing it. Sure. Morgellons is nanotechnology. 11 in the smoke. Oh, I don't know the verse name, but it's verse 11. And the smoke of their torment ascended. Oh, this is in Revelation, right? And the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever, and they have no rest day or night, who worship the beast in his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. Yeah. I think when you get to that point, right, where you're taking the mark, you've already passed, Yeah. I mean, I don't disagree with that, Mark. I would say that it's the start of something. It's the start of something bad. Because if like, I gotta be careful how I say this. If you know if you know an ailment is not real, then you know the medicine is not real. I think I could say that. So then it's left up to what you imagine it to be, right? Before you know what it is. Study it, I guess. So I don't think they're near as powerful as they say they are. Oh yeah, no, they're not. That's the thing. They're the opposite of God, right? So they're bumbling, mistake-making people, right? That aren't perfect in any way. They're boastful and they're prideful to the point where you can get them to brag about what they're doing. They almost tell you what they're doing, right? They want credit for it when they get you. They want to laugh when they're they can't hold their emotions and they laugh when they're tricking you, like little kids. They're the opposite of God, but they want to take the place of God. So it should be something we easily see, right? And we got to help the people that can't see, right? God made us. Our DNA makes us unique and a product of God. They change your DNA. You're no longer what God made you, no longer in his image. I can't disagree with that, Mark. I mean, it's scary when you start saying statements like that. It's scary, but we're at that point, right? If I don't know enough about DNA, I mean, I know some, right? But like, I don't know enough about DNA to know what that means to God, and I don't know enough about, any kind of changes that would, you know, I have no idea, right? But the way you worded it, from what I know, it sucks, man, to have to even say something like that, right? Says Mark, and I agree. I feel though people will no longer be deceived. You'll know you are trusting, man. You're changing your body, mind, giving away your. Yeah, of course. You don't get the mark unless you worship the beast. That's what makes me feel comfortable. Like that's the only thing that makes me feel safe. I know I don't worship the beast. It's the last thing I would worship. And so the word saves me, right? The word of God. Yeah, I know, Clutch. I know, Clutch. Um, says, yeah, Mark, it's hard for me to explain in text form, but I think I agree with you. Not that it matters. I mean, we will all know, and God willing, we can share the truth and help each other. Well, I can have you. Hey, if you want, Prepping Mama, I wouldn't mind if you want to come on the show tomorrow. I wouldn't. I'd be okay with that. Hey, Teresa. I don't know if anyone else snuck in here that I didn't see, but if I didn't say hello, it just means that I like you guys more if I missed you. So don't feel upset if I miss saying hi. Yeah, I know. Hey, well, we're at the point now where we can't even talk about it. That's crazy, right? What did the word worship actually originally mean? Hey, that's a good question. That's a good question. It's one I should know. I probably do once you say it, I'll know it, but like, what does it mean? I think that's important for people to know. And then afterwards, it's time to hit the old dusty trail. I'd like to have you on tomorrow if you want to come on, Charity. I wouldn't, that'd be cool. Mark. Well, here's a good lesson then, right? Everybody today, look up what worship actually means. And I think, and not only what it means in English, right? But what is it like? What's the Hebrew word? What's the Greek word, right? Like, what are these root words of worship? What are they? Because just the fact that it has ship at the end of it, you know how like they talk about English, how they do that with the Admiralty law, citizenship, friendship, everything. You're on a ship because they only control the law of the water, not the law of the land, because that's God's law. Yeah, the Hebrew root word, yeah, of worship. That's what we need to know. Do you think most of the flat Earth channels or shills are set up? Well, I think that if you can't stop the truth, and because I appreciate all the information I've gotten in life, and it has value to me, you know? And so it's hard to answer that question that way, but I'll say this. If they can't stop the truth, they'll mimic the truth, right? If they can't stop the truth from coming out, then they'll be the ones giving you the truth. Let's put it that way. It's to have reverence, give glory. Oh, more jealous. So, okay, so to break that down, right? To have reverence, right? And give glory is, you gotta have a little bit of respectful fear of God, and to give him, the credit and joy of what we are able to do that's positive in life. I mean, I care a little bit about the Hebrew root, you know? Like, I mean, I get it. English should be enough, right? If you have a Bible and you speak English, you have enough for everything. I agree with that, but I'd like to know what it originally meant to the original people reading it. That's all. Alrighty, guys, it's time to hit the old dusty trail. Oh, my side hurts so bad. If I hate asking people to pray for me, but I also know it's the best thing for me. Only because I want to pray for other people, not because I don't love when people pray for me and it works. I love that. So please pray for my side, man. It hurts pretty bad. And I just want the pain to go away. If there's things wrong in there, I'll accept that. I just want the pain to go away. And so praise Jesus for his sacrifice and his grace. All glory to God because he deserves it. And pray for the kids, pray for each other, pray for anybody that's being victimized out there. And I will see you guys tomorrow at 6 a.m.